Oh, one other thing that I failed to mention with this is that you want to make sure also that you put it in some kind of a dish. I really like the 13x9 glass pans. Those work really well. You basically just want to catch any kind of, that's why I didn't fill it up all the way. I probably should have left even a little bit more headspace, but it will contract and expand and it'll do all kinds of funny stuff. So you want to make sure that you have something underneath it to catch any of the liquid that's going to overflow so that it doesn't overflow on your carpet. Gross. Next up on the list is going to be kind of like a sweet potato, a spicy, fiery sweet potato ferment. Yeah. I'm kind of following a recipe, but not really. I'm kind of just following the ingredients and the basic premise of the order of operations that you're supposed to do. But I don't think that the ingredients that they have in this are not nearly enough for me to make it something spicy and something that I would want to eat that would make it so that it would be worth eating the carbs, basically. So I'm just gonna throw some stuff in a bowl and we're gonna see if it tastes good in about a week or so. So it should be a lot of fun. What am I supposed to do with this thing? This is just silly. What do I do with you? Oh, this is just... This is maddening. This is just stupid. Someday it will work. Okay. Cool. This is spiraling now. Cool. Very dense. It's like a slinky.
I like it.
Me too. I think you're gonna like this one too. I think I'm gonna get you to drink it. It's gonna have jalapenos and onions and sweet potatoes. See, I am just overjoyed with stuff like this. It makes me happy. There's a bunch of them here. Most of them didn't, and they all just kind of broke apart. But some of them held strong, and they are awesome. These are better than any spiralized ones I've seen. And there's no waste to it, which is even better. It goes all the way down to the core, so I really like that. And it's almost completely up to you how much salt you use. You can go a little bit less, and you can go a little bit more. You just don't want to go too extreme with it. If you don't put enough salt in it, then it will... a lot of enzymes will go to work on it too much, too fast, and the wrong ones. From what I understand, it won't be bad. Like, you can still technically consume it, but you just wouldn't want to. It prevents the pectins from breaking down in the food. The salt does, I should specify that. The salt helps the pectins not to break down in the food, so it will retain its shape better and its texture better. And if you don't put enough in there, it's gonna be slimy, mushy goo. So I mean, unless you like ketchup textured vegetables, you probably don't want to do that. And then also on the opposite side, if you add too much salt to it, then no bacteria can ferment, and it's just, you know, you kind of want to get a range. You can do it within what you enjoy, and you can see, I don't know if that's coming through a camera, but it's totally, I'm not massaging it at all. I'm just stirring it and wasting time and talking. That's about all I'm doing. So, yeah, so you want to make sure you get it kind of, there's a range that you can get it in, and you can do it on the high side, the low side, the medium side, whatever your preference is, but you just don't want to go too high or too low. Goldilocks principle. Okay, so I'm just going to set this aside. I'm going to throw a tea towel or a muslin cloth on top of it, just set it aside for like a half an hour and work on something else, and then just, you know, let the salt do what it was supposed to do, and it will extract all the moisture and start creating us a brine. All right, so the next thing that we're gonna get through, the next few things that we're doing are gonna be just really quick, as simple and easy. I've got some fermented asparagus, which has almost nothing into actually making it. There's fermented jalapenos and fermented onions, red onions. And then we need to finish up the kombucha over there. And there's one other thing I'm forgetting. Anyways, the next few ones are just gonna be like super quick, fly through them. The next thing on the list is fermenting some red onions. This should be pretty cool. Okay. Cut it into strings, straws. Yeah. Now we're ready to take the next step with our sweet potato relish jalapeno thing. Okay, so now we have our flip-top jar here, and I'm just gonna load it in there. Hey, can you give me a funnel?
What was that?
A canning funnel.
Canning funnel.
I can't English today.
I'm helping her with her English today.
Thank you. Can you put it on
This
there?
one good?
Yep. Thank you.
All right.
Almost the last thing on our list of things to do today is fermenting some jalapenos. So we're gonna go ahead and bust these out. I don't have a whole lot. I should have bought more, but so we're just gonna try and get this to fit inside of a quart jar, and move on to the kombucha. So we're ready to finish off the last ferment of the day, and that is going to be bottling up the kombucha. So So you can see the scobies in here, pretty good amount of them, and they're in great shape. No mold, nothing funky. Alright, so I just wanted to bring you back and show you everything that we were able to get done today. We got the kefir, the asparagus, the kombucha, red onions, the sweet potato, jalapeno stuff, and we got the sweet potato fly, jalapenos, and ginger bug. So that was pretty excited about being able to get all of that done in one day. And you can see if you're really on the fence about wanting to do any kind of ferments or probiotics or anything like that, it really doesn't take that much time hands-on. The only time that it really takes is in actual letting it go and letting it actually ferment. That's about the only thing that takes time. Actually doing this and prepping all of these things, some take a little bit longer than others, and some take a little more dedication than others, and some just take a little more precaution than others. But really, like asparagus, so quick and easy to do. The onions, these ones took a little bit longer to do just because they had to sweat and they had to wait. This was super quick. This was super quick. So, I mean, you don't need to get all the fancy tools. You don't need to get all the fancy stuff. I mean, eventually, if it's something that you want to stick with and something that you want to make easier for you to actually do, and something to make you more likely to do something you enjoy, you know, then that's kind of the time that you want to get kind of these, or, you know, the flip top bottles, things like that, or these kind of jars if you don't already have them. You know, once you know that that's what you want to do, then it's nice to have them, but it's certainly not anything you need to do to get started. In fact, I would say don't even bother doing it before you get started, because you don't even know if you like it. And you don't know which kinds you like. So, I mean, if you go out and you buy just a bunch of these Fido style jars, what if you don't like them? What if you don't want to use them? Or what if you buy, like, you know, these pickle pucks and pipes and you don't like those, you prefer these? You know, if you go slow, once you actually know what you like, then you can actually invest in the things that you want to do. But that being said, it's not necessary. You don't need it. You can see that you can do it in just about every way possible. You can even just do it with a regular flat top lid, and you just come in and break the seal and pop it open, you know, once or twice a day or something like that in the beginning, and then you're good to go. So don't let that intimidate you. I really hope that you give it a shot. Maybe one of these things inspires you and makes you want to go and ferment something, or which would be awesome. So let me know in the comment section below what you're fermenting, and or what maybe you've been inspired to ferment. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you do, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and we'll see you the next time. Thanks, bye.